What are you making, Benny?
Pancakes.
Pancakes.
Do you think I should flip it?
You're losing your apron, boy.
Do you think I should flip it?
Yeah, go ahead and flip it. Let me turn that heat down just a touch. Flip it. Nice. And here, come mind your pancakes. Here you go. I think that one needs to come off. And then you can go ahead and put another one in. We realized that somebody had cleaned this, probably Jackson or Asher did it, and they had taken the knobs off the cooktop, thank you, and replaced them in the wrong place. And so our knobs aren't reading right, so we're having a hard time getting our temperature right. So we might have burned that one just a little bit. That's okay. So Ben wanted to make brunch today, right, Benny?
Yeah.
And
I fell asleep in the middle of a movie.
he fell asleep late morning in the middle of a movie, and then he woke up and decided he didn't want lunch, he wanted brunch because he'd just woken up, right? Yeah. But I was having my lovely morning time. It was just lightly drizzling, and I thought, when this ends, I'm gonna go outside and shoot a garden video. Then the bottom fell out and it's been raining for like 4 hours. Nice. Oh, it got a little dark. That's okay. Here, we'll turn it down. We could not figure out why our pancakes weren't cooking. They'd be sitting there for like 5 minutes and still super pale. And I'm like, man, let's bump the heat up a little bit. And then all of a sudden it would just take off and get super hot. And I'm like, something is going on. And then I looked at the knob and realized that my burner that is supposed to have 2 sizes, you know, it didn't have 2 sizes listed on the knob. I'm like, oh, now it's all making sense. So I've had a wild hair today. I hope I don't regret it in another 4 hours. We processed turkeys this week, and
this is a chicken day.
I kept one out to
No, this is a kitchen day.
a kitchen day. You're right, it is. I kept one out to cook, and I just thought, why don't we make a little mini Thanksgiving dinner since we have turkey? So, you know, random. It's the weekend, and we actually didn't have anything going on today, which is very rare. We're usually very busy. No, I want him to come out here and eat it. I'm just gonna make a turkey dinner. Be in the kitchen all day. I'm excited about it. Are you excited about it, Sowards?
I'm fasting lunch so I can eat more dinner. Which is the only reasonable thing to do whenever you're cooking a turkey.
Yeah. Well, I told Jeremiah and he was very excited. Thanksgiving dinner is his favorite meal of the year. And
Bonus
so,
Thanksgiving dinner is
even better.
my second favorite meal.
Yeah. All right, let's see it. Ready? Start cooking our cooking marathon? We're embarrassing Ezra. He's over there working on his sculpting, and our dancing around in our aprons is more than he can handle. You sculpting is?
No, I cleaned up my sculpting mess.
Oh, you're cleaning up your sculpting mess? Okay.
Yeah.
How responsible?
Dad said I couldn't leave it out and keep sculpting later.
Yeah, we have to clean up our messes whenever we get them going. That's how we take care of our things, huh? What's up, Asher?
Hey,
How are you?
good.
Enjoying a lazy day in the robe?
I am.
Nice. We had a little reprieve in the rain, so we're going to run out to the pantry to get some things we need. I don't know if the rain is going to come again. Oh, hey, Zucchini. What's up, girl?
Gutting cat.
That is one of the things that stinks. When it's pouring down rain, I want to do a lazy day that my pantry is outside, because earlier I really was looking at all these Pinterest recipes for eggplant. So I have a lot of eggplant I need to use, and I'm like, dang, too bad it's pouring rain in my grocery store. Oh, it's kind of a mess in here. I need to do some organizing. All right. I've got cream running in the freeze dryer right now.
Is that gonna make ice cream?
No, not for ice cream. It's just like, it's heavy cream, and we have these little trays that separate it into like tablespoons, and so it's a whole lot. It's 5 trays, so like it's hundreds of tablespoons. The idea is being able to take those and like use them in coffee or something like that. It's making cream, just raw cream from our cow. Shelf stable. Alright, got what I was looking for, some gluten-free flour and some corn flour. I don't do a ton of gluten-free baking, so I didn't even have any gluten-free flour in the house. More so, I use it when I need like some flour in a recipe, like if I'm doing like a roux or something like that. For us, going gluten-free meant mostly just not eating bread products at all. I do buy like brown rice pasta, which I do occasionally, but we just don't eat a ton of that stuff. But today I need to make some, bless you, cornbread to stuff my turkey since I'm doing my miniature Thanksgiving dinner. And I need to make it gluten-free so we can eat it.
Are we gonna have cranberry sauce?
It depends on what we have. I don't have any fresh cranberries, but we probably have a jar of cranberries out there. You just taking a jar of milk?
Yeah.
Oh, you're going to the roastery.
Daniel asked for milk.
Oh, cool.
Daddy.
He's probably making lattes. All right, let's go. Let's go cook. Since we're doing our mini random September Thanksgiving without any preparation, we might not be able to be choosy about what we have. But I think I could probably throw together a pretty good bit of it just out of the pantry. Anyway, Benjamin is making an outfit change because his apron was too big. I have quite a collection of aprons. It's actually one of my favorite things that people send me, and people send me aprons pretty frequently. And I always keep an eye out for good ones whenever I go in thrift stores. If you don't have an apron, like, you should have one. It's not just for ladies either, right, Ben? Go ahead and stand up and I'll tie it around you. I want to give you a little insight into my scatterbrained mind. I have a hard time sometimes with motivation when it comes to getting stuff done, especially like in the kitchen. And here, I'm going to fold it up. Yeah, that's McMurray Hatchery. I have to do things that kind of like, I say tricks my mind. It's not really that I'm trying to trick my mind, but that gives me kind of an injection of motivation.
Well, when is McMurray Hatchery gonna come?
Oh, that one looks nice. Does that feel better? Fits you a little better?
Yeah.
Is it too tight?
No.
Okay.
When is McMurray Hatchery gonna come over?
When are they gonna come over? You mean Tom's family? I don't know when they're gonna come over again soon, but I'm sure we'll see them again soon. I just love how he calls our friend's family McMurray Hatchery the family. Anyway, I love to put aprons on, and to me, I just like to pretend. I joke that it's my superhero cape, but for me, like, you dress for the job. And so when I need to like get in the kitchen and I'm just like rolling around in sweatpants and a t-shirt, or I've been out in the garden or whatever, sometimes it's hard for me to like shift into this work, which requires so much focus, and I do it very scattered, to be honest, but it just requires a mindset shift of like, this is what I'm doing now. So I usually don't try to endeavor into any like big kitchen days while I know that it's going to be seriously interrupted throughout the day, or when I know I'm only going to have a brief period of time. I want to be able to start a task and for the most part finish it. So for me, I put my apron on when I'm ready to like get business done. It's my superhero cape. Makes me feel good.
She thinks she becomes a real homesteader.
He's busting me out. I say, this is when I become a real homesteader. That's right. It's like how Clark Kent goes into the phone booth and he becomes Superman. He takes his glasses off and now he's Superman. I put on my apron and then I'm like the real homesteader.
But he takes off stuff and you put stuff on.
That's right. Well, we can't all be the same. We're using mesa flour because I don't have any just regular cornmeal. Oh, you know what? I do have some cornmeal, but it's purple. That's fine. We already scooped this. Okay, we need a cup of that.
1 cup?
Yep.
You need one?
So Benjamin is working on reading this recipe on his own and
But
making.
guess what happened, y'all? I went to go look for a cookbook. Mom, I said I'm gonna go look at a cookbook, and then I want 2 of these.
2 of it.
So I went up there, I grabbed it, and I flipped 2 pages, and I said cornbread.
Yep. He said, "Well, we're trying to make something from scratch," and he saw that this cookbook said homemade, and he opened it right to the cornbread recipe. So we felt like that would be a good one to try. And we're just going to go 1 for 1 on this gluten-free bread flour. Yes, that's fun. And hope that it turns out all right. Yeah, what's the next ingredient?
1
They'll
cup.
list in the order that you need them. So we did the corn flour and the regular flour. What's the next one?
A tablespoon baking powder.
Okay.
Use some baking powder. Tablespoon TBS.
Right, and just read it. So what I like to do with my kids is let them follow a recipe, and I can stay close by while they're learning, make sure it's level. Interjecting things that they need to know, like make sure your scoop is level, and that's correct, and reassuring them that they're on the right track. And I assure them that I will intervene if they're going to do something that's going to make a mistake. But for the most part...
So then they get everything out so we know we have it.
What did you just say to me? We have to get everything out so that we know that we have
to
it?
leave everything out so that if we skipped an ingredient, we can read it back over.
Okay.
So if we
So Dad likes to get everything out first. And I tend to leave everything out after. So for a moment I was going to say you are your father's son. But I think maybe you are your mother's son.
I am. Use all the sauce.
Yes, we do love sauce.
We both love the garden.
That's right. But you're a lot like Daddy too. All right, what's the next ingredient?
Yes.
A baking recipe. Level it out. You're right. We... Oh, look, here's how you can level it.
Perfect.
So for a baking recipe, we want to use a nice fine salt. So that's why I handed you that one.
It's really soft.
Yeah. Ben's playing one of my favorite games while we wait for our cornbread to bake, which is go through cookbooks and get inspired. And he just saw one picture that made him stop in his tracks. What is it?
It is Moroccan-style brisket with dried fruit and
Capers.
And it looks like this.
Does that look good to you? You know your friend Lily Rhodes? That looks so good. She just started making some YouTube videos and she shared a video the other day where she was baking a cake.
Oh.
I saw it on my page. It's pretty cool. You can watch it if you want.
Justin Rhodes?
Yeah, Justin started. I know you usually hang out with the boys when you go, but Lily's a pretty cool chick too.
Out of the girls that get the boys, we were the robbers, they were police, and she was the only girl. All the girls were like 15 feet behind her.
She's the only girl that could catch up to you.
No, and like there was like 11-year-olds, and then I ran off. I almost ran out, and then they tried to grab me, and then Lily grabbed me, and I'm like, come on!
Lily's pretty strong. She milks cows every morning, so she could probably take you. She's a fast
Like, I was
girl.
about to get away, I'm like, no!
Lily was your downfall. So our cornbread just came out of the oven. Admittedly, the texture is a little bit off. I knew that it would be from using that mesa flour, which is super fine. Plus the gluten-free flour. That's just 2 variations, but
Is it crispy?
it's really good though. The flavor's fantastic. You give it 2 thumbs up? And it is very edible. It's just really, it's not quite cornbread. The texture is more like a really soft bread.
But it still will work.
It'll work just fine because we're going to mix it with other things to make the stuffing. All right, Ben, what are we about to do?
Got to put stuff in it.
Well, I got to put some milk in this. We've got our stuffing ready.
And then we gotta
Just mix it up, and then we'll put it in the turkey.
and then we gotta cook the turkey.
Yeah.
And
We
then
actually, I forgot to soften
we
the
gotta
butter.
show them that too.
Yeah, we have what is it? You remember what it's called? A reduction on the stove. It's fig and balsamic, and we're gonna baste our turkey with it. All right.
That's enough. Can I stir it?
You may.
What do I stir it with? Look at that.
Yep. Let's just get that mixed in till it's just right, and then we'll put it in the bird. All right. So I made a mistake, and I forgot to soften any butter, and we keep our butter frozen because most of the butter that we have is stuff we made from our cow. I have some ghee. I just stuck it in the microwave to kind of soften it to put underneath the skin. Yes.
But it's not very big mistake. You can always heat some butter up.
That's true. It's not that big of a mistake. All right. Well, you can go ahead and stuff the turkey with this if you would like, and then we'll do the.
This?
I just use my hands.
I'll go wash my hands.
Okay. Good call. All right. Just put it in there. Good job, Ben.
Can't put too much out.
Oh, Ben wanted to clarify. This is his first time physically stuffing a turkey, isn't it, Ben?
Yeah.
First time ever. All right, guys. It is now evening, almost dinner time. I am about to start some mashed potatoes. I did find 1 can of cranberry, and my beautiful turkey is almost done with the stuffing. Right now I'm scooping seeds out of a cucumber to save because, you know, I saw it and thought, I need to do that. Will gave me this silver slicer cucumber that he grew in his garden this year. I didn't get a lot of cucumbers, but I'm just gonna scoop these seeds into this jar, put some water on it, and then I'll let it sit on the counter for like 24 to 48 hours to let this ferment, and then I will save the seeds. I'm running out of juice real hard. I've been in here all day, exhausted from being in the kitchen all day. But I did get multiple things done. I've got some chicken wings in the air fryer right now. One of the packages got broken in the freezer, I noticed, while we were reorganizing our freezers this week to make room for the turkeys. And so I'm just cooking those up for the kids to take for lunches this week at school. And I made my baba ganoush with my eggplants. So it's been a very, very productive day. I'm ready to take the apron off and become a real just lazy girl at bedtime. Thank you guys for hanging out with me today and all the days that you do. God bless you. Until next time.